Welcome to EPSG's Authorize.net Initial Experience Demo video. My name's Joey, and I'll be walking you through what it's like when a merchant is first set up for Authorize.net. Step 1. The merchant will receive a welcome email from support@Authorize.net. This email contains links to a download guide that will walk them through getting started, tours of Authorize.net, videos of Authorize.net, as well as webinars. The email also contains the Authorize.net support number, which a merchant can call 24/7, as well as, most importantly, a link for them to activate their account and their payment gateway ID. Their payment gateway ID is essentially their account number with Authorize.net. The first thing a merchant should do, though, would be to click on Activate Your Account. Once they do so, they'll be brought to a screen where they will need to confirm their email address and request a PIN to be sent to that address. The email address here will be the one that is given to us on the application, so make sure it is the merchant's. They will confirm their email address, they will hit Send PIN. The merchant will receive an email with a 5-digit PIN at that address. The merchant will then need to take that PIN, which is only good for 30 minutes, enter it into this box and hit Verify PIN. Once they do so, the merchant will be brought to a screen to create a username and password, as well as a question and answer, which will be important for them later on when they're using Authorize.net. After that's all set, the merchant will then have to confirm some more information about their account. In this owner information box, the merchant will have to enter in any missing information, as well as with the business information section. Just make sure everything is correct. The merchant will have to enter in their checking account information or their credit card information below. They will also have to read and agree with the terms and conditions of Authorize.net, just like with any other website. They'll click on that and they'll hit I agree. And they will log into Authorize.net. The first time they log in, the merchant will see this screen, which points out to them right away that they are in test mode. No transactions they run will be live. Also important, this screen will give them easy links to get their API login and transaction keys, configuring their security settings and fraud settings, setting up a transaction cutoff time, adding additional users, and signing up for additional services. Let's log in and run a transaction. The URL a merchant can use to log in is https://account.authorize.net. Alternatively, a merchant could log in right from Authorize.net. However, they should bookmark https://account.authorize.net. Let's log in here. First thing I'd like to do is show you how to turn off test mode. A merchant could click on this orange banner, or they could go to Settings, go to Test Mode, and then toggle this switch. When it's set to green, the account is now live and it will process live transactions. Test mode is a good way for a merchant to make sure that their shopping carts are set up correctly and that they are familiar with using the gateway. But once they're ready to, they should go live. I'm going to click on Home to bring me back to the home screen. Another important piece for a merchant to know is how to get their API login and transaction key information. They will do so by going to Settings, clicking on API credentials and keys. They will be brought to this screen. Since I've logged in here previously and I've made login IDs and keys, it'll show you the last time a login ID and key was obtained. However, if a merchant has not done this before, it'll simply say create new keys and a space for the merchant to answer their secret question, which I will do so here. Obtain new transaction key and disable the old one. Once again, it's only asking me this piece of information about disabling because I've done this previously. New merchant will not have to do that. They'll just simply have to answer their secret question and hit submit. merchant will want to make record of this information and keep it secure. The merchant will take that transaction key with this login ID and provide that to their shopping cart people in order to configure their websites to process through Authorize.net or any other third-party software which would use Authorize.net to run their cards. Let's run a transaction by going to the virtual terminal. I'm going to click on Home. I'm going to click on Virtual Terminal here on the left-hand side underneath Tools. And this is the virtual terminal. The merchant will have an option to charge or refund a credit card, but we're going to charge it. I'm going to leave this turned on. The merchant can select their transaction type. Authorization and capture is what a merchant would want to do most of the time. Authorize only will only get you an authorization number. It will not capture the transaction for further settlement and funding. Additionally, a merchant could do a capture only, which is when they already have an authorization number and they just want to capture the transaction to eventually be funded for it. But I'm going to leave this as authorize and capture. You enter in the card number here. The expiration date and the amount. Order information, customer billing information, and shipping information are all optional. A merchant could use the settings link to remove some of these or make them required. However, the first time logging in, it'll show you all of them. However, none of them are required except the first three for the payment authorization information. Even though it's not currently required, we always suggest that a merchant who is keying in a card enters in their AVS information, so I will do so here. It's simply the street number and the zip code. Then hit submit. The transaction has been accepted and approved. I can click on this link to see a receipt. I could print it. Or I could also print to file and then email it to a customer. I can click on Enter a new transaction to be brought back to the virtual terminal. Now let's say I've ran some transactions and I would like to review them. I can do so by going to Transaction Search, Unsettled Transactions to see the day's unsettled transactions. As you can see here, we've been busy. From here, I could click on a transaction to further review it. You could also avoid it by clicking on this button. Merchants by default are set up to have their transactions automatically settled by the gateway at 3 p.m. Pacific time. However, a merchant could edit that time to whichever time they would like. They should know that any transactions ran before that will be settled after that time. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a great day.